Fucking have some of that, you shitty scum. Let's find out what happens. let's uncap what's been happening in this video tonight, guys. Guys, how's it going? Get in there. Thank you for the laughing face emojis in there. It's about time, isn't it? It's about time. We're going to get into all of the latest goings on in a second. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and getting in here for the stream today. Do us a favour at the start of this one and smash that like button on it. Give it a huge thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, I'm sure you probably already have. But if you haven't, ask yourself why. Twat the likes, it's free. Also, share it around if you want. Also, give it a cheeky little subscribe if you happen to be new to the channel. But let's get stuck into the latest news before we do actually. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing tonight? Let's have a look who's in the chat. Let's take out our top chat, put it in live chat. We've got Kelvin Currans in here, FJT, Paul Fumpston, Chris Koo, the Gaming Simp, come on, let's go. The special one, the Hoop Man, Leroy, Twalumba, Kelvin, Linus, Ardy, Andrew, Paul, Mohammed, MUFC, Sharon, Nikolai Lindquist, United for Life, Mr. Leo G, MUFC, Sean Klusky, Mr. Football News, Bo Sheep, Kieran, Paul Holland, Fire Up, Kate Cadet, Sonic Asylum, Panic Corrala, and everybody else as well. Sorry, I can't say everybody. Just going to turn into a name show otherwise, but thank you for getting in. Yes, do drop the likes and get your thoughts in and out the chat as we go along in this video. But let's all just get some more laughing face emojis at Man City in the chat and Baldy Pep. We're going to cover all the possible ramifications of this news. Obviously, over the last couple of days, it's come out that Manchester City have been found to be a very naughty football club, breaking lots of financial fair play rules along the way. We knew this, guys, since 2009 or 2011, around about the Mancini early days when they're doing all this dodgy shit all the time, overinflating their own commercial revenue and all this types of stuff, essentially money laundering, putting one bit of money through one of their other companies into their new company and sponsoring their fucking left bollock or something just for the sake of it and putting money through to overinflate their actual revenue. Everybody knows that that's what they've been doing. A club with 12 fans can't finance the sort of signings they've been making over the years. People praise Pep Guardiola. I call him Pep Fraudiola because you can take those titles off of him and stick them up his jacksie, my friends. They don't mean nada as far as I'm concerned because they have been ill-gotten. That's right. Yes, okay, he's very impressive with his management, his football style. He's had the pick of the bunch. He's been able to sign whoever against financial fair play regulations. So, they should be taken off of Manchester City as far as I'm concerned. Those Premier League titles that they have won during that time should be rescinded. They should be taken off of the Manchester City scum and given to the clubs that finished in second place for those rest of the season, guys. That's what should be happening here. I.e., Manchester United get some pigging titles. It would be lovely, wouldn't it, if that could be the case? Imagine that, guys. That's the best possible outcome. The best possible outcome to all of this is that Manchester City have their titles removed. I very much doubt that's going to happen, but let's just say that does. They get relegated to the conference, and then justice will be served. That's how I see it. I think that there's got to be strong sanctions made against City here. There's over 100 individual breaches or charges that have been levelled at Manchester City here. This isn't just some few mistakes that they've made. This is an orchestrated, educated fraud, essentially, that's been taking place by Man City. These financial fair play regulations are there for a reason, to protect clubs against shithouse owners who overspend and overstretch football clubs to protect the future of these football clubs. They should be adhered to. And if they are not adhered to, then they need to be made an example of. So enough of this. People are talking about, let's just fine Manchester City X amount of money. They don't give a toss about that. That's not going to teach them anything. They've got endless supplies of money. Their owners are fucking sheikhs. They've got endless supplies of money. They don't care. What you need to do is hit them where it hurts them. And that's in the competition. That's in their ability to compete at the top level, which, they've only been able to do so, we all know, because of the huge influx of money that has been put into that football club by their owners since they bought it. That's the only reason. Otherwise, they'd still be playing in the Piggin Championship, guys. Everyone knows it. So they've got no case, in my opinion. They've got over 100 charges levelled at them in different various areas. We'll get into it. But let's just do this. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you believe that their title should be removed from them. You know what I mean? That they've won since 2011 or whatnot. To smash a 1 if you agree. It may seem harsh, but if it's cheating and they've been found to have cheated, then how can you let them continue with what they've achieved? Think about Lance Armstrong, my friends. Lance Armstrong, Mr. Cyclist, Mr. Tour de France winner, X amount of times, whatever, Billy Big Bollocks. Had to get them all removed, though, because he was being found to be doing EPO, I think it was, guys, performance-enhancing drugs, which, you know, I'm just saying, if they can remove somebody's titles that they won for the Tour de France all those years, they can certainly remove Manchester City's titles as well for their ill-gotten gains here that they've made. So a financial punishment would not be good enough to deter football clubs from doing this in the future. Todd Boehly and Chelsea currently looking at this situation like, oh, shit. You know, because they're spending a significant amount at the moment. But anyway, to be fair, Chelsea and Manchester City, they're different animals. Manchester City's an absolute mockery of a club with barely any fans. Zayn Miyasi, thank you for your super chat there. It's Zayn Miyasi, everybody in the football club here who supports a football club who, although they're a bunch of shithouses, you know, at least they haven't spent beyond their means over the years. Well, recently they spent a lot, but in the Wenger years, they were tight-fisted bastards. Can't really say that they've ever cheated in that sense. Zamiasi says, points deducted, title is ours. Haaland can join Arsenal, the champions, and have Pep Part 2 with hair managing him. Plus he's in London. Pep Part 2, but with hair. Fair play, I like that, Zane. So you brought up a very good point there, Zane Miasi. So there's a bunch of possible outcomes to all of this. I guess the most, maybe not the most likely, but a likely outcome is that they just get a big financial penalty. Another outcome is that they get a points deduction. If you look at what happened with Juventus recently, let's say they get a 15-point deduction, then they will be down into the mid-table, still ahead of the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool. But even so, they would get potentially 15-point deduction, which could hurt, you know, it would obviously hurt their season significantly. They're not going to win the title at all. That's good. I mean, hurt them for temporarily, yeah, okay, that's fine. But you look at, this is over a decade of shithousery and cheating from Manchester City here, over a decade, which means that, you know, what's punished them this season going to do, really? I mean, I guess it sends a message. Champions League football's in jeopardy. They will be generating less money. They're not going to be finishing up there. They're not going to be able to keep hold of certain players because certain players want to be playing in the pantheon of greats in the Champions League. And if they're a few years back, also a big factor with all of this is that, well, guys, we might be seeing the end of Pep Fraudiola anyway, because he's currently odds on to leave at the moment, with his next move already becoming clear, apparently. He did say things like this in the past. Got some quotes here from Pep Fraudiola. He said, in May last year, Pep Guardiola said he'd leave the club if Man City ever lied to him. Today, they have been charged by the Premier League over breaking financial rules across 9 seasons. And this is what his quotes were in that time. He says, when they are accused of something, I ask them, tell me about that. They explain, and I believe them. I said to them, if you lie to me, the day after I am not here, I will be out and I will not be your friend anymore. Come on, this is the downfall, guys. This is the downfall that we've all been waiting for, hopefully, because Pep is a very good manager, to be fair to him. He can't win the fucking Champions League, though, but he is a very good manager, and if once you see the back of him and this financial fair play punishment that could potentially be sanctioned onto Manchester City, you could see a big downturn in their fortunes and their successors, which is what we all want to see, because they have gotten it in a disgusting way, cheating the system and lying about it. So they actually tried to get away with it a little while ago, didn't they? But they were unsuccessful, or they were successful in doing so. But now this time around, it's come back with a vengeance. Let's just get into the live chat very quickly, just to make sure that this stream's coming through okay, because we are having some issues here with the stream, it seems. But yeah, because I'm streaming from a hotel tonight. It's got proper gash internet, guys, proper gash internet. So you're going to have to, you know, bear with me if it does cut out. But smash a 1 if it's all coming through okay. Let us know if it is. I'd appreciate it. MUFC says cheating dirty rats need full punishment. Spot on. There's going to be no deterrent for Manchester City or other football clubs if they're not punished significantly here. By the way, I have missed a super chat here from the one and only Zayn Mayassi. Zayn Mayassi says, if City got relegated, which players would you take, banter aside? Well, I mean, no joke. I mean, you would take a lot of their players if they became available. If City got relegated and they're not allowed to continue in the Premier League this season, and all of their players jump, they have to get out because, well, let's face it, they're not playing in the Premier League. I mean, there is a lot of players that I would be interested in. Obviously, Haaland would be a great goal-scoring option, no doubt. No doubt about it at all. Kevin De Bruyne, I mean, basically all of their team, most of their team are top players that they've acquired, that they've managed to build this incredible team by spending billions and spending well beyond their means and way more than what they've actually generated. So, but in all fairness, I would take quite a lot of their players, Yes, I would. Okay, thank you. It's lagging a bit, says Aaron. That's gash, mate. That's gash. Thank you for all the ones. Wessex Mercy with a £2 super chat says, breaking. UEFA will not strip City of UCL titles. Come on, Wessex Mercy. That's a good one, mate. That's a good one. Okay, let's just get into some of the news then, guys. I feel like I need to just explain a bit more, and then we will get into the chat a bit later. We're going to have a big Q&A. Once again, smash that like button on the video. That will help us out and boost us up there on the YouTube algorithm. It's free. Make sure you hit that like. Let's get 6,000 likes on this stream tonight. Also, give it a share around on Twitter and the like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel and get yourself in the chat. So, this is from Fab. Premier League statement confirms that Manchester City have been charged with numerous breaches of financial rules. Martin Ziegler now reports that City will not be able to appeal any sanction to the Court of Arbitration for Sport for one which overturned the UEFA ban. So, they were previously let off by UEFA because they greased some bloody palms, and the Court of Arbitration for Sport let them off. Apparently they're not going to be able to do that for this time around. But let's have a look at the charges. I mean, first of all, the Premier League statement says, in accordance with Premier League Rule W.82.1, the Premier League confirms that it has today referred a number of alleged breaches of the Premier League rules by Manchester City Football Club to a commission under Premier League Rule W34. Details of the Premier League rules that club is alleged to have breached are as follows. And I'm not going to go into the list, but there's a massive list. There's a massive list. A lot of it to do with, overinflating sponsorship revenue, things like that, even acquiring players, payments to managers, all this sorts of stuff. There's 101 different charges apparently that are levelled at Manchester City here. So a significant amount. This isn't just a few. Zayn Miyassi's got another super chat. Zayn Miyassi, he says, so City spent more money than all the Avatar films together. Oh my God, Sammy, will you put a sock in it about bleeding Avatar? Tell you something, mate. We're talking about Manchester City right now. That's the only shit blue things we want to be discussing right now. So stop talking about Avatar, mate. Thank you, Sammy Ashley. I appreciate you, boss. I do. Okay, so they've been charged with alleged breaches of financial fair play rules. What are they? The charges they've been charged by breaking financial fair play 100 times over a 9-year period, starts in 2009, goes on until 2018. And during that time, they won 3 Premier League titles. The Premier League's financial fair play rules are designed to ensure clubs, spend what they earn. And they have well spent beyond their means in regards to doing this. So, yeah, I mean, it's no surprise that this has happened because we've all known about their outright rank cheating that they've been doing for years and years and years now. And it's the only way that they've got a gash football club like that to the top in terms of winning Premier Leagues, 4 out of the last 5. And to get to that point, maybe they haven't, done such bad financial fair play cheatery in the last couple of years because they've had to rein it in since they were found out previously and had to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sport and all that business. So they tried to rein it in a little bit since then, but the damage has already been done. They've already gained a massively unfair advantage on all of the other clubs and teams in the Premier League that are trying to do it in a fair way or trying to live within their means. And that's what financial fair play is there for, to ensure that teams do that, to protect and safeguard themselves from bad owners and to protect the future of these football clubs. So, yes, they do need to be made an example out of. City have said in response that they are surprised. surprised to have been charged by the Premier League with 101 alleged breaches of financial spending rules breaching, spanning since 2009 to 2018. The Premier League's most severe punishment in these circumstances would be to expel City, and it has been reported that the English Football League would be under no obligation to accept them. So could you imagine if they had to go down and actually start competing again from like the Conference North or something? It would be absolutely insanely awesome, wouldn't it? It would be the best thing ever. I don't think it is going to come to that. I would like to see them relegated. Maybe they could work. I don't know exactly what the rules are for when this type of incident would happen. Whether or not that's not the case and they have to drop out the Football League entirely, I'm not too sure. But maybe they could be relegated to the Championship and an extra team gets promoted this year from the Championship. Middlesbrough or someone, and it would be better than having those shithouses of City in the league. But so far, a lot of top clubs are jumping on the case. Before I get into that, I'm just going to read another super chat here. Good evening, Cash Kai King. How are you doing, boss? Sorry if I'm missing anyone. Sing Games, what's going on, you legend? Zaymiassi says, they could turn the Etihad into a theme park. Yeah, interesting, Zaymiassi. I mean, it would definitely have more people in it than it does on Matchday, to be fair, Zaymiassi. So fair point. But what sort of theme park's that going to be, bud? It would be pretty gash, wouldn't it? I think they should just leave it as it is. Just call it the Etihad Monument, and then it's like you go and visit it, and it's like it actually looks like it did even when it's in its heyday, fucking empty. So just leave it as a dead stadium, mate. Zaymiassi, thank you very much for your super chats, by the way. Let's get a cheeky little see in the live chat there for Zaymiassi. Sell off parts of the stadium. Berber says they turned the Emirates into a circus scene. It's full of clowns. Turn it into a hotel, says MUFC. Okay, fair enough. Maybe they could just turn it into a park. It's already got a nice bit of turf on it, you know what I'm saying? And some seats. Okay, so right, let's just cover this. So it is reported that top clubs, the top 6 clubs in particular, are trying to essentially, ask for as much of a severe punishment as possible for Manchester City for various reasons. I.e., we stand to profit from it. We stand to gain position. I mean, if City get docked even 15 points this season, that means we are guaranteed top 4 almost, and we're definitely even more so in a title race. So if City were docked even 15 points this season, it would be absolutely massive for Man United and Ten Hag and everyone. Ten Hag was asked about it, and he's just simply not really put his hat in the ring or anything. He said, Ten Hag on Man City's financial charges. He said, I don't have an opinion. I'm not here for the regulations. I'm a football manager. I stick to that. We've got a triple super chat right here. Aidan Feeney, thank you for your super chat, mate. He says, City should be relegated and trophy stripped. I'm all for it, bud. I'm completely with you. It's not enough just to punish them from this point going forward. The damage has been done. They've cheated other teams out of getting these titles by their lack of coherence or lack of adherence, I should say, to the rules. So yes, I think they should be stripped, and it would mean if they are stripped, buddy, we would have alternate Premier League winners. This is via United Reds on Twitter, and look at this. So alternate Premier League winners. Should Manchester City be stripped? We can see we've got Sir Alex Ferguson, 11-12 season, smashing up the Premier League, finishing second there. That would be, imagine if that whole Aguero and all that shite was rescinded. Liverpool, 13-14. We don't want that, to be fair. we don't want that. We don't want that. But, we'll take it for us getting 2 titles, to be fair. Manchester United, 3, I should say. Manchester United, 17-18 season. Jose finished second. If it was rescinded on City's part, then we would have another title there. Klopp in 18-19, we don't want that again. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Just imagine a reality here a second where Manchester City get their title. This probably isn't going to happen, but a reality where Manchester City get their titles over the years that they've won wrongly stripped from them, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is crowned as a Premier League winner as a manager. I mean, what a monumentous thing to happen. That's the absolute best dream outcome that could possibly happen. But there's the alternate Premier League winners, like you mentioned, Aidan Feely, if they get their trophies stripped. Wessex Mercy, a comment from the super chat. Thank you, boss. He says, Fraudiola can't win the UCL even when cheating. No, that's absolutely true, yeah. He's a melter. He would need to have, like, save mode. He'd have to save it and turn it off, and then put it on again and replay the game in order to win the Champions League with City. He's a melt. Zayn Miyasi, thank you for the super chat. Zayn again says Avatar theme park. They have one at Disney also. I mean, Zayn Miyasi, you know, you're making a mockery of yourself, son. Hang on. Ah, shit. Shit the bed, guys. Oh, no. Ah, bollocks. It's melted. Refresh. Shit. It's absolutely melted, isn't it? It has gone indeed. Shit. Nah, I think it's fucked, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I'm coming through, if you can hear me or anything. It is hotel Wi-Fi I'm on, sadly. Yeah, no, I've got a big problem here. So I'm trying to find a different place for tomorrow. Ah, bollocks. It's actually not working, is it? It's just like completely not working. Phil Jones internet. Ah, God. Zay Miyasi says, Pig, you missed Matthew Smith's super chat. Thank you, Zay Miyasi, for the super chat, bud. I appreciate you, dude. Matthew Smith. Oh, shit, I missed Matthew Smith's super chat. Okay. Yeah. Can't do much about it, guys. The internet's shat it. I think you're back, says the Cape Cadet. My connection is as strong as City's legal defence, says Luke Powell. I love that, bro. That's a good one. Okay, yeah. No, it's absolutely shattered, to be fair, yeah. Keeps lagging. Yes, I know. All right, then, guys. Well, I guess it's shat the bed then, so no, there's not much I can really do about that. Hopefully it comes back, but it's probably not going to, because it seems to really be having some serious problems. City fans, DDoS attack on Pig, says Bo Sheep. Change to 480. I mean, I don't know if that's going to help Sing Games, because it's literally like, I can see the amount of output that's going on. It keeps dropping to 0. So, I mean, I could try that. Oh, you can't change. Can't change during the actual stream. You're back now? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for letting us know. I mean, if it shits the bed again, then I'll just have to sack it off. But it's going to do that because I'm not wired in. And this hotel I'm in, the internet is absolutely crap. All right, guys. Working now. Thank you very much. I missed Matthew Smith's super chat. Thank you, Matthew Smith, for the super chat, boss. Thank you to Amy Ashley for letting us know. Matthew Smith commented and said the Blue Mooners got caught with their pants down. Yes, sirree, it's happened many a time, and finally now they have been, well, it looks like they're going to be punished. We don't know if they're going to be punished suitably. There's a good chance they do just get let off with a financial penalty, which would be a disgrace, because it does not make an example out of them at all, or put clubs off doing it themselves. So I really hope that that's what happens. I hope the City get a big punishment, i.e. lots of points docked, or relegated to the Championship, or the Conference, or, previous titles stripped from them that they won during that period of alleged breaches. That's the only fair thing to happen. So I would just absolutely love it if all of that hard work that City have done, and they have done a lot of hard work. It's not like they, haven't, or their fans haven't lived and breathed that 10 years or 12 of them. But the truth is, they've cheated, and when you cheat, you can't expect to continue. You can't expect to continue and just as is. You've got to be made an example out of. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. It seems to be working okay. Well, okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Let's just get into the live chat for a little bit then. Do us a favor once again. Hit that like on the vid. Smash the subscribe button. Get yourself in the chat now. And we will see what you guys are thinking about it. But reports that City can't appeal it. Clubs want them punished. Reports coming out that the clubs who had been pressing hardest for action on Man City until Monday were some other members of the so-called Big Six, which includes Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. So lots of different clubs, you know, would be very much interested in seeing them punished as much as possible. Pep's odds on to leave. So it's all looking pretty interesting, guys. It's all looking pretty possible that they could be punished heavily. Right, let's get into the live chat now, guys. It's Q&A time. I want to speak to you legends before this stream completely comes to them. Just prepared to shirk rules. Is that the fans are the ones that are going to lose out in the end because they have, you know, oh, it's not working again, is it? Oh, brilliant, guys. That's absolutely brilliant. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, guys. Absolutely wonderful. So, yes, they are... Okay, I think we're back. Back for you, Palmaris. That's good. Okay, well, we'll give it one more go. If it shits it, then what can I do, you know? We are going to try and get into a different hotel room tomorrow and for the game, obviously, and try and do that. I've got to book one of the ones that I've been at already that I know works. So we'll see what's available. Anyway, yes, I agree with you. The other 13 teams in the Premier League don't want City punished too harshly. They all want a billionaire owner to spend like a drunken sailor. Well, if they do get punished significantly, APT, then it's going to hopefully stop that trend. I mean, you've seen Chelsea's new owner come in and just chuck 400 million at the team straight away. Now, they can obviously put in their spending over the next few years, but still, though, I mean, this is going to be a warning to some of these guys who are just not sticking to the rules. PSG are next in line. Oh, crikey, PSG, man, they are in for some sort of punishment, surely. Ban City for life, says Mark Egan. Oh, that's fantastic. The Busy Iron Dad. Thank you, the Busy Iron Dad. 10 clubs were involved in signing the document to get them investigated. No, says Compass Smurf. I mean, I'm not too sure, but it does sound like if you think about all of the Premier League clubs, it would be in the benefit of every single Premier League club to want City punished to the full extent, I think, unless you're a Premier League club that is also breaking financial fair play rules, you know, all the time. Otherwise, you are going to want City punished for cheating. It is cheating. Whichever way you look at it, they are cheats, guys. Let's get a hashtag cheating bastards in the live chat, because that's what City are. Ban them for a minimum 4 windows, says Rajat V. Good shout. I would relegate them, ban them for several transfer windows, take their trophies off of them, and shit on their doorstep as well and set it on fire. If there will any points deduction or relegation, it will start from next season, by the way, says IQ Insane. Okay, fair enough. Well, maybe. This will to Newcastle in a few years, says Sarcastic Mank. Yeah, well, okay. Well, to be fair to Newcastle, at the moment, they have actually not spent a ridiculous amount. Plus, Newcastle does have quite a big following, and I mean, they're certainly more justifiable for their perhaps commercial revenue from their fan base than City were. City, obviously, in the last few years have grown their fan base a lot because they've had success and people are watching them. People actually know who they are around the world. And they've got top players that people are fans of. So the profile of Manchester City has been raised massively, all due to their cheating. Black screen of death. Oh, no.